Hello friends and YouTube chess lovers. Dawal Khambolja here. Welcome to the mysterious night. In this video, we are going to discuss few of the vital traps with starts with the king's pawn opening. If you are e4 opening player, then you should know such kind of traps to win the games early in the opening. Here, the opening starts with pawn to e4. In reply, black plays pawn to e5. And white's general reply is knight to f3. Now here, if your opponent is too passive player or else he wants to keep his pawn for the further central breaks, keep his pawn with the d pawn. So he'll protect his pawn with f6. Now here we are set up with our trap because we can simply take the pawn on e5. Then after, obviously your opponent will be greedy and he'll exclaim, he'll take this knight on e5, and then after queen to h5 check. Bam, you are all set up for to ruin opponent because he has only two choices, either to move his king or to move the g pawn. And if he moves the g pawn, then we can take on e5, and after the queen to e7 we can directly take on h8. So we are here clearly upper material, and after he recaptures on e4, here you should take care to move your king on d1, not to protect your check with the moves like bishop to e7. It will create trouble, right? So here I'll go back and see what if he moves his king here, right? So if he moves his king here, then also you can take on e5 and give check to opponent's king. Then he has only one move to go for, and after bishop to c4 check, he has nothing to go for but to move his d pawn further, and after bishop takes on d5, the opponent's king has to go to g6 square, and this is quite a dangerous position early in the opening. This is almost kind of a lost position because after h5 h5, then bishop cross b7 to remove this bishop on the c8 square. If he captures, we can do here checkmate, right? Almost a checkmate, I can say. So such kind of a thing he would not do, and it is a lost position, right? So now I'll discuss the another tab which I have planned to discuss in this video. It is popularly known as the legal trap because after knight to f3, the opponent's one of the reply can be knight to c6, which is quite obvious. But if you are Geico piano opening player, then you should play your bishop on c4, and then after black's obvious replies are bishop to c5 and knight to f6. Okay, but if your opponent is too passive and he tries to play out this move, which is d6, which is quite often seen in the middle levels players openings, right? So after knight to c3, your opponent's obvious reply would be to pin out your knight on f3 right here by playing bishop to g4. But this creates problem because after the move h3, here best reply is to capture this knight right here on the f3. But many of the players will try to keep pressure on that knight by moving the bishop on h5, which is the quite problematic because after this you can play knight takes e5. Bam. Here opponent can capture your queen on d1, but then after he has to lose the game to sacrifice, right? Like this, checkmate. Now what if he tries to capture this piece with his knight? Then you can capture his bishop with your queen, and after knight captures piece and thinks that I am piece up early in the opening by this foolish kind of a move, you can move your queen on b5 check, and you are forking the opponent's knight. Opponent has no choice but to play c6 or queen to d7 to save the check, and then after you can simply regain the knight. Here you can see that you have good center control, and black's pieces are doing nothing right there in the corner, right? So this trap uh, is a very good and very obvious traps. You can see the trap has very obvious moves, but one would think that what's wrong in playing knight takes e5 right here in this position. In this position, if opponent recaptures your knight with his knight, then you can no longer capture this bishop on g4. But moreover, your bishop is hanging, so you have to play only one move, that is bishop to e2, to save your pieces. But you are already a piece down. You exchange your knight against the pawn, so you have no choice but to take back your bishop onto the e2 square, and you are lost here, right? So h3 move is very essential to play here. If you are playing black, then you can simply capture on f3, and after queen captures, knight to f6, and this is a quite good opening because it has a slight edge on white side, but it is quite balanced, right? So hope you like this video. Feel free to comment and like, and please don't forget to subscribe and share. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.